Hello, and welcome to The Lawyer is In, the program dedicated to discussing the three hottest legal issues of the day in Singapore. I'm coming to you live from Studio 6, our studio located in the heart of Singapore's central business district. My guest today is Michelle Woodworth, a partner with RHT Law Taylor Wessing's family law practice, who brings more than 17 years of family and matrimonial law to the profession. Michelle, welcome.
Hi, James. Good to be here.
Thank you. Divorce is a very tough topic in Singapore. Is there any such thing as a quick and easy divorce?
I don't think there's such a thing as an easy divorce, James, but I think there are ways now that are available to parties who are breaking up to make the situation less painful for themselves and their families.
Yes. Is there any way to avoid the nasty court proceedings in a divorce?
I think certainly, that can be avoided, going through a litigious process in court. And parties can look to avenues to make that more amicable for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
One such way of doing that is perhaps to go through a mediated process before using the court process as the only option of getting a resolution or an end to a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And is this something your practice would provide to clients?
Yes, I'm seeing more and more of that in my practice. There's more instances of mediation. There's a lot of my practice also involves collaborative family practice, which is one avenue of trying to get parties to resolve matters amicably, as opposed to going through the traditional court process.
And obviously divorce is particularly traumatic for children. Can you tell us a bit about the best avenues of protecting children during divorce proceedings?
Yes, I think children they stand out at the heart of these matters. Parties, sometimes when they come to us, we are told that they have stayed together for a long time before initiating any divorce proceedings, and usually what is said is that they stay together for the sake of their children, even though their marriage they would be very aware has been over. They've waited for their children to grow up before actually initiating this process. So yes, at the heart of these matters really are how the children are going to respond, how to make it less impactful for the children. The courts are also, I think, very, very mindful of this, and they have in all the cases, the common thread is really what is in the best interest of the children. I think that is the paramount consideration for the court in every family matter.
You'd mentioned previously the collaborative family practice. Could you expand on this and how it benefits children?
Sure. With collaborative family practice, that's something that's fairly new in Singapore. It was launched in July 2013. Since that time, more and more cases are using this process. What it essentially means is that parties will agree to come to a negotiating table with their solicitors, sit in a series of what is known as four-way face-to-face meetings, go through. It's a non-tactical process, so there's open disclosure on everything, on the financials, on parties' wishes, and they would put their needs of the children first before themselves, I think, to optimize the solutions for everybody. Yes.
And lastly, Singapore being the international hub that it is, with many non-Singaporean foreign talent coming in, what are the implications for them if they want to get divorced under Singapore law?
That can happen, James. In Singapore, people from other countries are here living, working, raising their families, and may face similar situations as Singaporeans do, where their marriages do break down. And it is hard enough being away from home, being in a foreign country, and then having to deal with a breakdown in the marriage, in the family. For the Singapore law and the Singapore courts, as long as one of the parties who is non-Singaporean is habitually resident in Singapore for at least 3 years before the proceedings commence, they can choose to dissolve their marriage here in Singapore. There may be some reason that they are not able to go back to their home countries to do so.
Thank you, Michelle. Lastly, this is a very difficult field of law. What keeps you going?
I think particularly in my area of practice, when a client comes to see me, they are, I think, at their worst point emotionally in their lives. And if I continue with the motivation to help whoever comes to me, that I think keeps my practice going in a very meaningful way.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they appreciate it. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you, James.
That's it for the first episode of The Lawyer Is In. Please be sure to join us next week when we discuss another hot legal topic for Singapore. That's it from Studio 6. Thank you.